Hello. If you found this message, I have a reading for you. So I already pulled cards. Let me show y'all. I have this nice little fatty spread. Ooh. And I took notes because I was having a difficult time getting this energy straight. It's because there's a lot of confusion going on. A lot of heavy emotions that are being sat with at this time. And what was coming through right off the bat is that you are resisting feeling them. And we're gonna get into that in a moment, like what to be doing about that. But something that comes to mind is you can't run away from them forever. And you either need to do what you want to do with them or allow yourself to just continue to sit with them and let that happen, even when the mind tries to make that difficult. So I have the Star, the Tower reversed, and the Queen of Wands. That's why I'm saying that. Or the Star reversed. There's not space being created to feel what needs to be felt right now. And you may need to have a very difficult conversation in your life. You may need to remove something from your life that you know is causing you, you're being toxic with that. You may be self-sabotaging in a way that you've done repeatedly, and what's really being asked of you right now is this Queen of Wands energy. You have the power to shift yourself out of that. You have to do it. No one's gonna do it for you. And this may be why you're resisting it, is because it's difficult and it's hard, but the longer that you just sit with it, the more you're gonna sit with it. I don't want to say the worse it's gonna get, because it won't, but those things that you want to be doing and that you are constantly in your head of why can't I do this? Why is this so hard? Whatever it is that's causing those stories that you're not doing is going to continue to be present and applying pressure on you. And these emotions are coming up right now so that you can sit with them to move into a state where you're able to do those things with more ease. I'm pulling from, I got the card Virgo. Digest. The energies are being asked for you to sit with them and just let them be, or to go about your day with them the best that you can. And I have the Chiron card. Heal. These are very deep wounds. Chiron is your deepest traumas. So I'm being real candid, it is not gonna be easy. But this is a process of transmutation. And now I'm being pulled into if you want to create emotional fulfillment for yourself, abundance in your life, your dream reality, just good times, that it takes consistent work and consistently choosing yourself. And that is the alchemical process. And eventually you will feel better, and you have to do it sometimes, not all the time, but especially towards the beginning, you have to do it through the hardship and through those negative emotions. So something that's coming through as advice is be very discerning with how you're spending your energy, specifically who you are around or what situations you're putting yourself in that are influencing you. Now, I'm gonna say this, it's coming through kind of as a warning, but more so in the sense of if you're surrounding yourself with people who have bad habits, or people that you engage in ways that you don't necessarily want to be engaging, in ways that you don't want to be behaving in the future, distancing yourself from those people is going to give you space to be with self and just let what needs to come through and be felt. I'm also getting trial by fire because we have Vesta, the hearth, and when I saw this, I saw you're being forged through fire, basically. This is you, and like you're a lot of pressure is being put on you by your energy to feel what needs to be felt, to get it out, to alchemize that pain. um and then this is just coming through like the Nine of Wands, sorry, as like boundaries. Like, even if you need to like fiercely defend what you need right now, like do that, not necessarily in an aggressive way, but like very clear about, I'm not going to do this, even with self. It's coming through very much with self. I'm also getting some advice. What can help you at this time is focusing on stuff that you are grateful for or that bring you joy, or people, places, things that feel like blessings in your life, because I have this pink rose petals card. However, something that stood out to me on this imagery is, I don't know if you can see on this camera, but a lot of this scenery is very blurry. So it may be difficult for you to know what that even is right now, and that is okay. Big picture thinking, let's minimize it, okay? My mind immediately went, you're thinking in the big picture, like, I want my dream house, I want my dream family, I want my dream partner, I want my dream job, I want to be feeling good every second of the day. Okay, let's bring it back down. How about, what do we enjoy taking a hot shower? What food can I cook for myself that I enjoy? What places around me that I visit, particularly in nature, just because it's good to ground, but it doesn't need to be nature. It could just be anywhere that you feel like yourself. Where are those places right now, and can I go to them when I'm feeling these emotions? Or do I need to be alone and give myself space to feel these emotions, which is something that's coming through, because you're being asked to be very discerning right now of who you're around, where you're placing your energy, because presence with self is the fastest way, 717 on my timer, to shift out of those states. Like, just because you give yourself no escape from self, basically. So you're just like, I'm going to feel this, and that can feel very, very scary. Not something that you want to do, something that everything in you, or a lot of parts in you, are screaming, no, please do not do this. Those are aspects of yourself that are trying to protect you from experiencing those emotions, because it was not safe to experience so in the past. It is now safe for you to experience them, but you can acknowledge, even just, me saying this, if this is resonating with you, acknowledge that that's what's happening. Speak to those parts of self, sit with them knowing that that's what's happening, and still let them move through. You are in a process of transformation at this time. We're always changing, we're always shifting, but it just there's a hard patch, is what I would say. And the way to get through it is going through it. There is no other way. I wish that I could give you some like magical remedy, but there is none. Really simplifying your actions in the present moment can help. Like, if you have dishes that need to be done, doing the dishes. If there's something that you're avoiding, not like, I got low power mode, you might not have a lot of energy right now. So, I mean, that kind of ties into exactly what I was saying. Like, if you have a large logistical task you need to take care of right now, and you don't feel like you have the capacity, trust that feeling. If it's something that you need to get done urgently, and you've been procrastinating on it, then maybe taking little steps to get that done. But what's coming through is like cleaning up your space. Like, if you have a messy room, like picking up an object, or maybe just gathering some of the trash. Like, if you have like your last, like, I'm getting like a takeout meal. Like, if you have like the trash from your last takeout meal, like sitting on the counter, just maybe throwing that away. Like, what's really coming through is like taking baby steps, and I'm noticing that I'm speaking in a very calm, soft way, but still very firm, because it doesn't have to be all or nothing. 10/10 on my timer. It doesn't have to be the big shit. It can be the little stuff, and this is very impactful. Something else that was coming through is those little shifts compound over time, and you are basically building self-care habits at the basics. You know what I'm saying? Are we showering? Are we brushing our teeth? Are we feeding ourselves? Are we drinking enough water? Are we getting enough time outside in the sun or away from screens? Because that's a lot of stimulation and it can make you feel bad, you know, comparison wise. So just seeking moments of presence with self as best as you know how is going to be very beneficial for you right now. And honestly, 11:11 on my timer, focus on that for as long as you can, as consistently as you can right now in the next couple days, and just really always return back to that, because working on meeting your basic needs consistently is going to compound over time of you sustaining yourself, and you will build a strong foundation of self-trust with not only your mind but your body, like your whole being. 11:44, you are building trust with self, seeing how you can care for yourself, even if you might not know how the best way to do that is. Those patterns emerge naturally over time. And I'm feeling called to share, when I worked at Starbucks, I did not have cleaning habits at all. I was not taught that by my parents, but I was able to pick those cleaning habits up at my job because it's a very fast-paced environment. You need to be cleaning. I was like clean freak, which didn't even make sense. Like, I was not a clean person prior to working at that job or conscious about cleaning, but I integrated those habits into my daily life over time. And at first it was like clean, clean, clean all the time, like make sure everything's spotless. But now it's more like, okay, I have a free moment of time, I'm going to do my dishes, or I'm going to clean up this spill that I made while making dinner, while it happened in between cooking, like that kind of stuff. But there's not pressure that I'm applying on myself to always make sure that everything looks perfect or that everything's always spotless, which was the energy that I had at my job that I first brought back to my personal life and my personal habits. And I'm sharing this because that was a refinement of that skill. Like, the skill was built in a very fast-paced, demanding environment. And so I was moving in that energy in the home, in my personal environment, and it caused chaos because I was burning the candle at both ends. You know, I was operating in that mode at work and operating in that mode at home. So it took me time to understand that I didn't need, or that energy was even causing chaos in my life, and then to adjust and be like, well, you know, I have these cleaning habits. I know how to clean because I do. Starbucks taught me that. I know how to clean things and efficiently, but I don't need to do it like in the super fast way. I can do it. I can take my time with it. Like, something that also helped me was when I would struggle to clean certain large, like I had to clean my shower, right? I don't like cleaning the shower, so I would just do it incrementally. I do one wall one week, I would do the next wall the next week, or maybe a couple weeks later, and then the third wall the next week. Do you see what I'm saying? The shower's still getting cleaned, and it's still getting cleaned consistently. It's just I'm allocating my energy better, because I could not, it was so daunting, 444 on my timer, to do that whole task at once, and it took so much energy out of me to do it. So I broke it up like that. and now my shower gets cleaned consistently, but not all at once. So I'm going to pull some advice for what you may need to hear right now that could help you just be in this energy, because there's no way to escape it. It's just a part of transforming and manifesting. You know, when you manifest beautiful, magical things for yourself, the aspects of you that can't handle that or can't come along for that ride are gonna have to come out and be seen by you, so you understand who it is that you are and who it is that you're becoming. Like, yeah. So I have 3 cards and the Ace of Cups at the bottom. Oh my god, I love this, you guys. So I'm just getting that, like, what I'm speaking about as well is self-love. That is just, it's pure love of self. And while you're giving yourself love, over time, that will give you more energy and allow you, like, I'm just gonna show you because it's just so nice. Like the Ace of Cups, I see him like bringing you all of this nice new inspiration, and then the Devil reversed, like those old ways that you found yourself getting stuck, or like negative thought loops, rumination, lack of motivation is not even going to be present anymore, or it's going to be so easy to move through that when you're experiencing it, or bring it along with you while you're experiencing it. Like, I want to be like saying like, oh, resistance and like depression and anxiety are like a friend now. Like, oh, that's just my anxiety. Like, I know how to move through my anxiety now. I know how to see that aspect of me and not let it hold me back from what I'm wanting to do. Pull an oracle card. Or like, you won't even feel like you need to escape from self much anymore, because you're seeing like, I can do this, I've already done this, and I'm gonna do it again. And even in moments where you're like, I'm not gonna do it now, but I know that I'm gonna do it eventually, because you will, because you already have shown yourself that you do it eventually, because you're consistently showing up for yourself. Okay, what is the card that wants to come out? Okay. My throat, just like, you might be having a really hard time expressing yourself in a way that you like, and that's also okay. Like, sometimes aspects of self, like you're like bubbly, like, oh my god, like this is me, I love being me, blah blah blah. Like, by blah 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 blah, I mean like you authentically expressing yourself, not anything else with that. I just don't have the words right now because I'm feeling this. But like, sometimes those aspects of self need to shut down for a little bit to process the heavy shit. But they're not gone. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they're shifting and changing and they're gonna show up in a new way. I'm saying this to say, like, you're gonna feel like yourself again. Like, this is not forever. Like, you're gonna get your spark back. And I have divine desires, soul callings, follow your heart, inner whispers. That's kind of bringing me back to like, whatever you're feeling called to do, even if it feels difficult, like what's the like easiest step that you can take towards that. So, like, if you want to be an artist, like, do you have an easel? Do you have canvas? Do you have paint? Do you have markers or colored pencils? Like, even from like elementary school, like, what, like, can you go and doodle something, you know, without pressure to have it be a massive, beautiful piece of artwork? Just like engaging with yourself in that way, like very playfully or very innocently, or without pressure. Divine daily devotion, cultivate, create space, connection. So this is bringing me back to what I was saying about like divine daily devotion of self every day. This is the first card in the deck, and I really like that that's coming out because it's so true what I was saying earlier. Like, taking care of self in the basic ways is the foundation. Like, that is the first step to manifesting anything is, you know, can you take care of yourself? Because can you regulate your nervous system? And that can look many different ways. One of the best ways to regulate your nervous system is simply just going on a walk, because you allow energy to move through your body through moving your body through space, or dancing, or yoga, or stretching. Just any way that you're moving your body, because we're supposed to be embodied. And our society really likes to keep us in the head, you know, in the visuals, kind of lost in daydream land. But it's like, what can I do in my day-to-day life that actually makes me feel good? You know, a morning ritual with your coffee. And by morning ritual, I mean like sitting with yourself, or, you know, a book with your coffee. Like, that is a ritual in itself, and that's spending time with yourself. It's very powerful if you can show up in that space every day and like start your day with that. Or after work, like having a nice hot shower and like washing off work. Like, you can visualize that, or just knowing that like I'm shifting states right now, and I'm getting chills when I'm saying that, so that might be very significant for someone. It does work. I'm gonna read into the imagery of these. Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm getting your inner child just wants you to be present with it. Like, even when it's frustrating or it's hard to do these things, that's okay. Like, in school, they don't teach you how to take care of yourself. This is not something that's taught societally wide. They teach you to go work for someone or build a bit. They don't even teach you how to build a business. They want you to be a worker, basically. That's what I see when I look at the school system. Or it's so systematic. It's not individualized. So it's like, you need to give yourself that space and be with yourself. What I'm just gonna say something that I had already said, so I'm gonna move past that. Getting out with like friends, like going out to a nice dinner with friends, or going and sitting at the park with friends, like being around people. Like, my cousin over the summer did like this really cool opportunity of like gathering all of her friends, like anyone who wanted to come and show up, and like walking around a city and just like chatting. And when we did that, the most magical things happened. Like, it was literally amazing. Like, conversation was flowing, you know, as we're moving through different scenes, different neighborhoods, different places, different topics are coming up for discussion. Like, energy was moving, people were in a good mood, we're out walking, we're together with people. Like, that's the kind of energy that's coming through for you to go and seek out at this time. It would be very beneficial, like speaking to a close friend or a trusted individual in your life, a partner, about what's really bothering you, and asking them to hold space for you. Hey, like, can I rant to you about this? Or can I talk to you about something that's been on my mind lately? And trusting that they can receive you. You know, whoever's coming to mind, 333 on my timer. That's part of building a stable foundation, you know, a stable community. Creating space for connection in your life, creating space for you to be held by others safely. I'm going to pull from the Star Codes Astro Pocket Oracle. I'm getting you might feel very tired resting. Resting is a form of grounding, just sitting with yourself. Try not to be scrolling, maybe reading a book, journaling, or just sitting honestly. We have Root, which is, I think, just speaking to the energy of this message. Like, this is very like root energy, like getting your basic needs met consistently to build that stable foundation to then build from, you know? I also like that this has blue energy in it. Like, there's so much, oh, two cards are trying to come. There's so much blue here, which is like expressing yourself in any way that you can be really healing right now. even if it feels hard, like maybe just putting on some earrings when you leave the house, or like a necklace you like, or picking a favorite color you like to wear because you want to wear that color. Very simple. Also, blues coming through is like a very healing energy. Let me like think about that for a moment. Or like feel into what is going on here. So I'm getting a message from this card that this is how the spirit, the soul grounds through the body, is what I'm talking about right now. Like taking care of those basic needs, because your physical vessel needs to feel safe in this physical reality, especially if you identify with like starseed or a light worker or someone here, or you're very psychic. Like, for that energy to be channeled effectively and safely in the body needs to know that it's being consistently taken care of, because if it's not getting the resources that it needs to function, chronic illness, sickness, immune dysfunction, like that energy is very powerful in the sense of it kind of like shocks the body. So you need to have consistent grounding activities to ground the spiritual in. That's why like I used to like smoke weed all the time. When I did that, there was just so much floating up here, but my body was like decaying because there was no, like none of that spiritual information was getting grounded in and embodied in my daily life. So it was just floating around in my head and like making me feel horrible all the time, if that makes sense. Because it was just like, it was too much. My body couldn't process it. There was no avenues where I was embodying that information through taking care of myself, which involved not using that substance anymore, or moving away from people and places that I knew were bad for me, because I noticed myself slipping into patterns around them that I didn't want to embody moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like drinking water. Next card, Venus, beloved. This is a self-love, self-devotion practice. What I'm speaking about, you can think of it like that. Like you can get very sensual with it. You can like be like, oh, I'm loving myself in this moment, and just like really feel that, or just know that you're doing that when you're doing these things, because you are. Taking care of your body is loving yourself at the most basic levels. Pleasure practice too. Okay. There's pomegranates here, so this is gonna bring you the abundance that you're seeking in life. I'm seeing bees, which I really like. Honey, sweetness, bringing that sweetness into your life. Like, how can you be sweet to self? There's some flowers. You'll be surprised by how you feel, because once you give yourself space, oh my god, to bloom, you will bloom. And we have 5th house passion, which is lovely. So because this is like majority purple, I'm seeing like you give space for the soul essence to come through, for your passions to be clarified, for that divine inspiration to come in and then create. But again, you have to have a stable foundation for that to happen, or it can quickly lead to burnout because you might do too much. It's giving me like an artist who just like, I had a friend who would just work on their art, and they were a good artist, but I could see their body physically giving out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just were so focused on the production of the work that it's like, okay, but like, you're really anxious and you're really like neglecting self. So how are you gonna sustain this career long term if you can't even like keep your space clean or regularly feed yourself enough food? Like, yes, art is something that you are passionate about and good at and can do, but like, is this even your best art if you're not fully in your body, you know? I'm gonna go look up the 5th house. I'll be back. Okay, so with the 5th house, it's like passions on the card. I thought there was going to be more information in this book. I'm not too familiar with astrology, but I want to speak to that energy. So like just creating pockets of time where you can sustainably engage with your passions over time. So like again, if you like to create art, like when can you do that consistently without feeling like it's a burden to you? Something like that. And then I'm going to get some final cards of tarot to see what is going on. You got this. Something that came into my mind. You can get what you want. You can have what you want. Your soul knows how to get you there. So I'm getting like giving yourself space to just like be like meditation. You don't necessarily need to be meditating. There's other ways, like any way that you feel like your most authentic self. How can you express that more in your day-to-day life consistently? Don't be too concerned with how like materially things will manifest, because you have to get your energy right before those will manifest. So like the mind will be like, well, it's not here, so like why would I even keep trying? Like kind of like that. That's not true. Those are not coming from you. They're coming from ways in which you just were never able to like process maybe like traumas or like ways in which people hurt you that you never got to fully feel because it wasn't safe. Like it's those parts that are speaking, and they're not wrong for wanting to speak, but it's like, okay, we need to hold space for these and continue to move anyways. You have a choice though. You can either sit in that and let it keep controlling you or influencing your behavior, or you can do what I've been kind of saying over and over again in this reading and shift in small ways and know that over time that will compound. It's not going to be easy to do that. So I have the Chariot reverse and a Ten of Pentacles reverse. I want to get some clarification on why these are here. Like things might not always feel fair, but that's a victim mentality. And trying to locate where that feeling of unfairness originated from will be beneficial, because it's not necessarily in the present moment. Like everyone has to take care of themselves, like 333 on the timer. Like everyone needs to make sure that they have money, have a place to live, have food. So saying like, oh, this isn't fair because someone has it easier, that's self-sabotage. I'm just gonna say it plainly, like that's just the way you're holding yourself back. Like you're gonna have to do it, so might as well release that and just move forward anyways, even when you're like in the pain, like in the struggle. Just being like, okay, well, I'm struggling right now, but like I'm not gonna struggle forever. Here's the last cards. When you expand, you give more space to feel emotions. And oftentimes the emotions that are going to come up are the ones that the ego is resisting the most. But know they're coming up to be felt and to be moved through for on my timer. And that as you are moving through them, you will get more inspiration and drive, and new energy is able to flow into you, or you will start to notice that you have more energy to apply to what you actually want to create, not necessarily old patterns or old loops. Mercury messages. Don't focus on what the stories in your mind are having to say. Focus on what is coming from spirit. If you have a personal practice with spirit, if you watch tarot readings, focus on what those are saying, because that is true. Like, people such as myself channel these for you to know that that's what's possible. These find you for those reasons. And know that the mind. Oh my. The mind's just gonna keep running on the same old shit, basically. Like, it's gonna get tired. You're gonna get over it. Oh. And you're gonna be able to move on anyways. But that is what I have for you. Thank you for listening to this reading. I hope this helped. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Do something to love yourself. Yes. Even if that's just letting yourself take it easy. Yeah. I love you. Goodbye.